My name is Mari Andrew, and I'm a writer and illustrator, and my book, Am I There Yet?, is a collection of my writings and my illustrations, and it's all about my growing up in my 20s, doing all kinds of jobs to get to where I am today, dating all kinds of men, and making all the mistakes that actually make for a really lovely life and a really fun life experience. I have always wanted to write a book ever since I was 5, and I started illustrating actually quite a bit late in my 20s. I was 28 when I started. And as soon as I got the idea for the book, which was all about my adventures and all of the things that I had experienced in my 20s, really, really hard stuff from losing my dad, breakups, that kind of thing, to the really beautiful parts like going on solo adventures and finding my voice as an illustrator. I was writing this at the same time as I started drawing, so I decided to include I decided to include illustrations in it, and the two is sort of like a culmination of my creativity and a culmination of what my 20s has been all about. This is an illustration that means a lot to me. It's my whole life, and this moment is a tiny dot. And I think about that both in good and bad ways. Of course, when you're really going through something tough, it's nice to remember that your life is so big, it's so long, and this is just one little season. But also when you're going through periods of joy, I think it's actually very healthy to think about this is temporary and you don't know what's going to happen in your life. So, the important thing is to be present and in the moment. It's all a cliche, but cliches are cliche for a reason. When I was a kid, I loved Anne of Green Gables. I loved any story about a resilient little girl who uses her imagination to get through her her life. I was a total misfit as a kid, so I really related to these girls. Harriet the Spy was another one, Matilda. These girls who kind of make their own inner world. I was very much in my own inner world and a total weirdo, so I really related to them. In the past year, I've read a lot of books by Brené Brown. She's a really lovely writer, and Braving the Wilderness I read a couple months ago. It's all about being really comfortable with yourself. So sitting with where you are, braving the world in complete solitude, even if you have a lot of friends like I'm lucky to have, or even a partner, just being really comfortable with who you are and realizing that the things that make you feel kind of isolated are actually the things that make you really special and propel you to the voice that you can share with others to make them feel less alone. The message that I'd want people to get from my book is you can do this too. You can find a hobby that you really love. You can find a reliable way to make yourself happy. And if you have that tool, that is going to carry you through breakups and loss and grief and maybe mysterious illnesses like I had, troubles with friendship, and also the joys of your life too. If you can find that one thing to make you happy the way that illustration has made me happy, you've got a tool for life.